The time is here. The One Piece top 30 list. The top 30 strongest One Piece characters. Now, you guys have been waiting for this all year, and now the final day of 2021, I'm finally bringing it to you. So, for people that are new here, every single year, since 2014, 2015, me and my friends, we have a stream where we talk together about the top 30 strongest One Piece characters. It's a great time. And so, therefore, this is almost tradition at this point. If you look around the community, you've probably seen a lot of top 30 strongest One Piece characters lists, and it's amazing to see just what it's become and the tradition that we've kind of cultivated, where people are just making these lists every year now towards the end of the year because, bro, it's tradition. If you don't have a list, what is wrong with you? So, to commemorate that, I'm doing a giveaway with the top 30 strongest One Piece characters list, where basically it's to random people. However, there are a few things you would have to do. First, you have to share this video. Everything happens on Twitter. Share this video, follow me on Twitter, and put hashtag B.D.A top 30. And then next week, we will have a stream where we're giving away $500. So basically, it would be 5 $100 Amazon gift cards, so 5 people can win. So again, to enter, you follow me, share this video, hashtag B.D.A top 30, then we'll have a stream next week and we'll just pick the winners. We're gonna try to make this a tradition. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Again, try to keep this fun, guys. It's not that big of a deal. It's just us saying what we think about the story. I think that's the important thing, right? This is how you can gauge how other people feel about certain characters, and the beauty of it is that nobody is gonna agree. Even your best friend that you think thinks just like you, they're gonna have a different top 30 list. So share and follow for a chance to win. My Twitter is at BragoDAce, and let's get on with it. So let's not waste any more time. Whoa, wait, one more thing. You gotta subscribe to this channel as well. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, turn on post notifications. Let's get this video out there, man. The more people making top 30 lists, the greater it is, the more discussion, and the more fun. Okay, so we're not gonna waste too much time. Let's get through this top 30 list. I'm not gonna give too long of explanations for my picks because it's 30 characters, and there really isn't much we can say. It's just the characters are the characters. When I have the stream, I'll go through it more in depth, but here we go. Number 30, I have Cracker. Cracker is someone that has amazing utility. I think his arm in hockey back then that Luffy commented was the strongest he'd ever faced, and also his army of biscuits. Of course, once you hit Cracker, the fight is over, but if he can keep enough people at bay, he has a great chance of winning that fight. I think just off of that, Cracker is number 30 for me. Number 29, we have Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock, a lot of her feats came pre-time skip, but we have to acknowledge Boa is one of the few characters that has all 3 forms of hockey: conquers, armament, and observation. But there is a dark cloud looming over her because the Marines are trying to capture the former warlords. Boa does have a strong devil fruit, and she's shown to be pretty damn strong herself, one of the strongest females in the series. Her greatest feat so far, I guess, is taking down pacifistas and hurting someone like Momonga, but we just got to see a bit more, but I respect her strength. Number 28, I have Magellan. Magellan is somebody that took so many W's in Impo down. Ivankov, Luffy, and Blackbeard's entire crew. Magellan doesn't get a lot of love in the community because pre-time skip, he got hit with a bazooka, then he keeled over, but we understand that's pre-time skip. He still took nothing but W's over there. One of the most intimidating villains, and I think deserves more respect. Number 27, we have Doflamingo. Yeah, people are like, what the hell, Doflamingo? I think Doflamingo, most of it comes from his versatility. Using his string fruit, I think he has some of the best utilization in the series. Part of this is because I'm just a huge fan of Doflamingo, so I may be looking at it through jaded glasses, but I don't care. I think when it comes to balanced fighters, Doflamingo is up there. The main thing, and I think his greatest feat, is basically outlasting Luffy in Gear 4th and fighting Law as well, even after taking a Gamma Knife. And also, we can't forget about the impenetrable bird cage. Yeah, it's a lot going on there. His overheat, his devastating kick that took off the entirety of the top of the castle. We can't forget about how he manhandled characters like Sanji and even Law, of course, with the caveat of Fujitora fighting with him a bit. Just a threatening individual overall, and I think utility and versatility, there are few that can match him. Number 26, we have Weevil. Not much to go off of. It's just all hype. He's a former warlord, and also he was compared to a young Whitebeard. That's enough for me for now, and that's why we're gonna have him at 26. 25, we have Sanji. I mean, Sanji has gone through an immense power-up to this point where he has an exoskeleton, and he also has unlocked Ifrit Jambe. He was able to take down Queen with some effort, but we feel that Sanji has elevated to another level. His main issue we felt like was durability, and now with the exoskeleton, that is no longer an issue. The speed is better, the strength is better, the power is insane. Sanji deserves 25, some may say even higher. 24, we have Lucky Roo. Not much to go off of. He's one of Shanks' commanders, and he was somebody that was mentioned separate from the other commanders and the other Yonko's crews, so off of that, Lucky Roo gets some credit, and that's why he's at 24. 23, we have King. King is a formidable fighter, someone that took on Zoro and pushed Zoro to the brink, to the point that Zoro had to master Enma and even use Conqueror's Haki coding to defeat King. King has a very obvious tell. With his flame on and his flame off, you can pinpoint when he's being defensive as opposed to when he's being fast. Just because you know that doesn't mean you can defeat him. He is also Lunarian, so fire is not even a part of his devil fruit. King is incredible, and that's why he lands at 23 on the list. Number 22, we have Marco, the first commander of the Whitebeard Pirates and then the pirate captain for a short while of the new Whitebeard Pirates. Marco's greatest feat so far is him handling King and Queen at the same time and doing a fairly decent job for a short while. We're not sure exactly how long. We're anticipating 10 to 15 minutes. However, he did that, took on the likes of Kizaru at Marineford, fought Blackbeard, even though it ended in a loss in which it was overwhelming. Marco is someone with an overwhelming devil fruit and amazing abilities with his Phoenix fruit, and I think him and King are pretty interchangeable, but Marco gets the edge this time. Number 21, we have Kid. Kid is an interesting one because he is a Conqueror's Haki user, even though we haven't seen him use Conqueror's Haki really in the manga. Awakened user, someone that has been compared to Luffy because he's a part of the worst generation as well. There's a lot more to be desired with Kid. However, you cannot ignore the potential. You cannot ignore how much damage he can take, and he's a pretty formidable fighter. I expect a bit more from Kid going into 2022, so guys, that's why Kid is 21 on this list. Number 20, we have Law. Law, I mean, he has the Opie Opie no Mi. Do I really need to say more? We've learned of Law's awakening, Kroom, which is devastating. His greatest feat so far is basically landing an amazing attack on Big Mom, of course with Eustace Kid's help, and now unlocking new abilities on the rooftop with Curtain and taking a full Thunder Boggle from Kaido. Law is showing to be a lot more formidable and impressive than we thought, and of course without Law, I don't think a lot of them would have lasted on the rooftop. So Law for me, even though Kid feels like he's stronger, Law has had a better performance recently, so that's why he edges Kid out slightly. Number 19, we have the Old Man Trio. If you don't know who the Old Man Trio are, it is Garp, Sengoku, and Rayleigh. And for them, it's pretty hard to separate them. They're the old men, the old legends. They're all pretty damn powerful. We're not sure exactly how much, and so I didn't want to clog up the list, so just smushed them together because they're pretty interchangeable in my opinion. So, you know, that's where they are. I mean, technically, I typically have Garp, Sengoku, then Rayleigh, but Old Man Trio, they're all bunched up together this year. Number 18, we have Zoro. Yeah, Zoro is someone that's unlocked the full scope of Enma's abilities, we presume, but also Conqueror's Haki coding, and he has a mode that we're just gonna dub Enma mode, in which, because Enma is pulling everything from him, he has somewhat of a time limit in which he can fight on a completely different level because his attacks are just that much more devastating. Zoro's greatest feat so far, I mean, where do we start? From cutting Kaido, to taking down King, shoot, to blocking a combined attack from a Yonko. Zoro is a very formidable fighter. I think once he controls Enma, he may jump 5 to 10 spaces. I think Zoro is one of the few characters that next year, he has the potential to jump 5 to 10 spaces, but also if you have him higher, much higher, there's no real complaint because Zoro is a monster. Number 17, we have Katakuri. Yes, Future Sight. It's the end all be all. No, Katakuri is one of the best fighters we've ever seen in the story. From awakening, to speed, to power, to next level armament, not necessarily Conqueror's Haki coding. However, he's a Conqueror's Haki user. Everything you can think of Katakuri has, and he's one of the few people in the series that has confirmed Future Sight, where he can literally see into the future. His issues, of course, come with durability, not necessarily endurance because he can fight for a long time. It's just how much damage can he take. Katakuri's greatest feat is pretty much, in my opinion, defeating Luffy time and time again, but Luffy endured him and overcame him in different ways. Katakuri was the more skilled fighter, but Luffy came out on top because, of course, fights aren't necessarily just all about skill. Katakuri does have the potential to go up on this list based on what Oda does with Big Mom and the Big Mom Pirates in the future, which may be the Mochi Pirates, who knows? But that lands Katakuri 17 on this list. Number 16, we have Yamato. Yamato is someone that has come out of nowhere, right? And for her, the reason why she's ballooned to 16 is because she's not only the daughter of Kaido, it is confirmed that she's a Conqueror's Haki user, but also she has Conqueror's Haki coding. So for her, she has an ability that is used by the strongest of the very strongest. So Yamato, in regards to feats, the greatest thing is holding off Kaido for a while and matching him for a bit, but ultimately being overwhelmed. I think she has a lot more she can grow, and over time, she may scale this list rather quickly. Number 15, we have Sabo. Sabo is someone that, of course, is the brother of Luffy, someone we theorize was trained by Dragon, and is the user of the Mera no Mi. Now, Sabo, the great thing about him is that he has techniques, or rather had techniques before he got his devil fruit. So his Ryo Soken, which we presume to be advanced Ryo. Everything Luffy was learning in Udon, Sabo already knew, and now we add his devil fruit and a possible bloom because he fought against 2 admirals at Marijoa. Sabo is a problem, and we saw how easily he took down Burgess and even Bastille. He is not to be played with, and I think he deserves his spot on the list at 15. Number 14, we have Green Bull. The reason why Green Bull is here is because he's an admiral, and the admirals, that title carries a certain amount of respect, and so Green Bull is here. We don't know much about him. We know he hasn't eaten for a while. It seems like he has pretty long hair. Not much else to go off of, so just off the title, he's here at 14. Number 13, we have Shiryu, one of the most disrespected characters in One Piece because he hasn't shown much, but based on what we know in the story, Shiryu deserves a lot more respect because he will be Zoro's matchup even after all the stuff Zoro has already done. Shiryu, confirmed by Oda, is the right hand of Blackbeard, and he'll be Zoro's fight and possibly Ben Beckman's fight. Shiryu back then was equal to Magellan for the most part at Impo Down, and now he has a devil fruit 2 years later. In my opinion, that deserves some scaling, and so Shiryu, it's not really clear where he is, but I felt like it was best to kind of squeeze him between both admirals because I expect him to be pretty damn powerful. Number 12, we have Fujitora. Fujitora, the user of the Sushi no Mi, the gravity fruit, and we first got introduced to Fujitora in Dressrosa. Now in Dressrosa, Fujitora for the most part coasted until he fought Sabo, which you could say he had this slight upper hand, but both characters weren't really trying. He had an opportunity to capture Luffy, did not really capture Luffy because Luffy was so brilliant, but you cannot overlook his power. Again, a Navy Admiral and a user of one of the best fruits in the series. Just off of that, Fujitora gets that respect, and he is number 12 for me. Number 11, we have Ben Beckman. Mostly hype. The best thing and his greatest feat is pretty much pointing a gun at Kizaru and telling him not to move, and then Kizaru moved, but we have more things within the story, well, outside of the story, in which we can use as a barometer of Ben Beckman's greatness. In the Viver cards, Oda basically stated that Ben Beckman is the moon to Shanks' son, and then he is the moon to Shanks' son, and that he is feared just like Shanks is feared in the world. That does speak volumes because Ben Beckman, just like Rayleigh and Zoro, seems to be the partner of Shanks as opposed to just a subordinate. He is older than Shanks, probably was an established pirate when they met, so Ben Beckman just off of that, and again, Shanks' executives, they were mentioned separately from Shanks, and no other commander received that respect, so Ben Beckman gets a lot of credit from me. I just hope he can live up to the hype. Number 10, we have our boy, Monkey D. Luffy, and I know some people feel like Luffy should be higher right now. If Luffy unlocks another gear or an awakening, he'll be higher in 2022's version of the top 30 list, but for right now, based on what Luffy has shown, it's no question that he's top 10 for me. From his future sight to his Ryo to his advanced Congress Haki, at this point, by the end of Wano, Luffy could make it into the top 5. We just have to see how it goes. Right now though, our favorite MC has finally broken into the top 10. Imagine that. Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy has finally broken into our top 10. Number 9, now we have Kizaru. Now Kizaru, the user of the Pika Pika no Mi, his greatest feat coming from basically fighting a bunch of top tiers, fighting against Rayleigh but not really beating him, fighting against Marco but not really beating him, getting some hits in on Whitebeard, trolling Ben Beckman. He does a lot of things where it seems like he doesn't really care, but in some mode he cared a bit because after he failed to capture the Straw Hats, he took out his revenge by capturing other pirates because he was a bit perturbed, right? Kizaru does get downplayed a bit because he's the odd man out of the OG trio. The OG trio is basically Akainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru, but Aokiji and Akainu, they fought against each other for 10 days, and people looking at Kizaru like, well, what are you gonna do, right? So Kizaru, I think he still deserves a lot of respect, and I'm gonna give it to him. That's why he's number 9. Number 8, we have Aokiji. Now, somewhat of a forgotten character because he is no longer an admiral, and he is now somewhat working with Blackbeard. We understand some nuances behind it if you read the story, but Aokiji, we cannot deny his greatness. He fought someone like Akainu for 10 days, completely changing the climate and environment on Punk Hazard. Just off of that, Aokiji deserves a lot of respect, and I think we will see Aokiji again, but his battle prowess is not to be denied. He is number 8 for me. Number 7, we have Blackbeard. We remember Blackbeard after getting Whitebeard's fruit, drunk off the power, swinging at everyone, but when a certain person showed up, kind of backed down off of that, but still, he is the user of 2 very powerful devil fruits, the Yami Yami and the Gura Gura. He then went on to defeat overwhelmingly the new Whitebeard pirates with Marco minus Whitebeard and Ace and obviously Thatch, and then acquired the territory to be officially named a Yonko. Blackbeard is somebody that we understand is super endgame and is to be feared and could scale this list definitely in 2022. 2022. Number 6, we have Dragon. Not much to go off of here. The man with the highest bounty, and typically bounty isn't really representative of strength, but bounty does tell you this person is to be feared, and typically people are worth their bounty. For Dragon, not saying he's the strongest obviously because he's at number 6, but he deserves respect, and then his lineage being Luffy's dad and Garp's son, we presume, he's gonna get some respect from me. Maybe you guys have heard of the theory of Dragon being a former admiral or former celestial dragon. Either way, we understand that he is very powerful to control and run an organization like this, so Dragon is number 6 for me, man. Number 5, we have Big Mom. Big Mom is one of the strongest characters in the series. Completely durable, crazy endurance, just a freak of nature in regards to everything she can do. She's a bit of a klutz in which she can get overwhelmed by random things which really shouldn't affect her, so that kind of brings her down a bit, but you can't deny this big woman is really powerful. Number 4, we have Mihawk. Mihawk is the character in which my thinking has shifted the most because of everything he's accomplished. What I mean accomplished is that he's the world's greatest swordsman, and based on the things that Zoro has been doing, you can't look past it because you have to look at Zoro's goal. And Mihawk more than likely has some of the things that Zoro would contest him with, which includes Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Mihawk is already known for having crazy observation, and now if you add the Advanced Conqueror's Haki, the world's greatest swordsman title, One Piece is really nuanced, but I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he would at least take down one of the Yonko, and the Yonko I'm choosing to leave out is Big Mom and of course Blackbeard. Number 3, we have Kaido. Kaido is showing us just how formidable he is. He's literally fought everyone on the other side in Onigashima, and he's still going and laughing and enjoying this bout with Luffy. We've gotten some more in regards to his backstory and how he views the world and how he viewed the world, and at this point we're trying to see exactly what his limit is. He's been going for a while, he has a wide array of techniques, and he's certainly making a case for the strongest in One Piece. But I think there are 2 characters that I give a bit more respect. When you get to the top 10, top 5, top 7, it is completely interchangeable. Any of these people can beat each other. I think top 5 to top 7, it's a high to extreme diff either way. Number 2, we have Akainu. Now, Akainu is somebody that a lot of people do sleep on for whatever reason, but Oda is consistently hyping up this man. First off, having the highest offensive output for his Devil Fruit in the series, that is confirmed by Oda, whereas his Devil Fruit, it has the highest offensive output. Secondly, Oda did say Akainu, if he was a pirate, he would find the One Piece in 1 year, rather, if he was the protagonist. And of course, we know of everything he did at Marineford. We understand how that fight ended, where Whitebeard did catch him a bit off guard, but he did knock him down. He came back, fought several commanders, injured Luffy, injured Jinbei, tried to attack Kobe, was stopped by Shanks, but even post Marineford, Blackbeard had captured Bonnie, Akainu went to go get her, and then Blackbeard ran away because him and his entire crew did not want to face this man. Now, 2 years later, he's the only character of this caliber that was able to beat another top tier, okay? No other character in this series is confirmed to 1v1 another top tier, meaning another character that we feel was top 7, top 8 in the series, and he did that to Aokiji based on what the story is telling us with a definitive victory. So Akainu, he is to be respected. If we talk about Haki blooming and difficult fights, he fought someone else for 10 days that was pretty much on his level. He's going to be stronger. So just off of that, Akainu is number 2 for me. Number 1, we have Shanks, and Shanks, it's a process of elimination. This is something we did to Dragon for a while, for a couple of years, whereas we didn't have much negative tape. But for Dragon, time kind of ran out, in our opinion, where he had opportunities to do things, didn't do anything, so it's hard for you to skate this long without really doing anything. So for Shanks, it's kind of the same thing. He's getting some more respect from me this year because of Kaido's top 5. Now, Kaido's top 5 consisted of Whitebeard, Roger, Rocks, Oden, and Shanks. Something also that Shanks gets a bit more credit for is Kaido going to Marineford and him turning back because of Shanks. The reason why he gets so much credit from me, because Kaido is somebody that we know wanted to die a great death, somebody that wanted to be in a great war. Marineford is one of the greatest wars, might be the greatest war of all time, and Shanks was able to convince Kaido to turn around, and Kaido did have King with him. So it's not concrete, right? But again, it's a process of elimination, and you can switch Mihawk and Shanks. It depends on wherever you want to go. Right now, I'm choosing Shanks. Kaido's top 5 is not to be scoffed at. Oda's building up Shanks in a strange and mysterious way. I'm really interested to see where this goes. Again, not much negative tape on Shanks, and we just gotta wait and see. So guys, that's my top 30. I am really interested to see what your top 30s look like. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Share this video. You can put hashtag B.D.A top 30 if you want to share your list within that tweet. That would be fine as well. On the stream, we will be going over the top 30s, and again, we will be giving away 5 $100 Amazon gift cards. So to be a part of this, you like this video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Brago @BragoDAce, share the video, and also hashtag B.D.A Top 30. And if you want to include your top 30 there as well, you can do that. I really want to thank you guys for an amazing year. 2021 for One Piece has been fantastic, but you guys have made this spectacular. And so you made this series and this experience unlike any other I've ever experienced in my life. I'm so happy I get to share this with you guys, right? Let's have some fun with this. Don't take it too seriously. Let's not ruin the moment. Enjoy it. This is tradition. And thank you guys so much. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter @BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram @Bragody.ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost.